Hello, this is Marissa Navia, and this is my Assistive Technology lesson plan for EDSE 517 on the hydrologic cycle. This lesson is designed for 11th and 12th grade students who receive services under specific learning disabilities and/or emotional disabilities, but can be adapted to meet other learning needs as well. Goals of the lesson address SOL standards for earth science and allow for students to gain an understanding of the Earth's water cycle and how human activities can influence it. Students will also be able to interpret and identify parts of a simple hydrologic cycle diagram and learn about freshwater sources. Materials include the PowerPoint presentation, OneNote notebook activities, teacher and student laptops, as well as other materials listed here. The lesson would go in the following order. We would start by filling out a KWL chart. I would then introduce the topic and have a class discussion while following the PowerPoint presentation. We would separate into groups and set up our mini water cycle models. Then we would go back to individual work in the OneNote notebook and return to our group work afterwards and the mini model, followed by creating our self-check posters and ending with our observations and responses. The online product consists of the PowerPoint and interactive OneNote notebook. The offline product consists of a self-check poster created by students. The offline product serves as a reinforcement of what students learned in the PowerPoint and through individual work in the interactive notebook. Adaptations in this lesson include a printed version of the slideshow and OneNote notebook as necessary for students who may have a visual impairment or who are haptic learners. Information is presented through multiple modalities throughout the lesson so as to address various learning styles. Portion of the lesson include a small group as well as individual work opportunities so as to provide teachers time to work with students who may need that extra assistance and as a way to provide praise and immediate corrective feedback. The self-check worksheet also serves as a reinforcing tool for students to refer back to when reviewing content. I begin the lesson slideshow with some visuals to get them thinking about some freshwater sources of the hydrologic or water cycle. We roll right into the KWL chart as a way to immediately engage students. This provides me a quick check-in to what students know on the topic and what they want to know, which can be helpful in motivating students. The KWL chart is provided as a printout, but students also have access to a digital copy in the OneNote notebook, which you will see later in the presentation. The picture of Earth serves as a visual and discussion starter about water and the impact it has on our daily lives. Next is another visual for our learners to begin grasping the idea of just how little fresh water there is in comparison to the total amount of water found on Earth, and connect on why it's important for us as humans to have an understanding on our influences on the water cycle. Another visual is provided of the water cycle to revisit and provide a chance for any questions students may want to add to our KWL chart. Lastly, we have a video on the water cycle for learners to watch. Questions for them to answer during and or after the video are provided in their OneNote notebook or in print. Here I provided two pictures of the offline product that students will create, which consist of a self-checking poster or worksheet of the water cycle diagram. They will label the correct parts with vocabulary they've learned and provide definitions in their own words. Next, we have the interactive OneNote notebook. At the top, you can see the different tabs of sections in our lesson, and to the right-hand side, the different pages within each tab within each tab. Our KWL chart is the first thing students see and need to fill out during our class discussion. Next, we have the questions for students to answer on the video Water, Water Everywhere. Mini model instructions are provided on the next tab for students to follow, but print copies will also be available for group members to refer to, and discussion questions are provided at the bottom as well. Students will return to work on individual worksheets while the mini models are developing under the sunlight. I've provided students with two options for the first worksheet in the form of either a matching definition worksheet or a journal response. The matching worksheet allows students to simply write in the answers or use the draw application to draw connecting lines between terms and definitions. And here's just a small sample of for the second worksheet, the journal provides another opportunity for students to share their understanding of the content thus far in the lesson. For the second second worksheet, uh, students can simply drag and drop the vocabulary in the right spots for the water cycle diagram. The other two tabs provide extension ideas and extra resources for students. For lesson extensions, I provided 3 options, which include a think, pair, share activity after viewing a video, labels to which students can add to their diagram, and for quick navigation, there is also a link right to the other tab to their diagram. A third extension idea would be to create a Prezi PowerPoint or storyboard presentation on a water drop as it travels through the water cycles. I also included a link to some examples for reference and for presentation ideas. Under extra resources, I've included further investigations tab with links to some great resources found through NASA and the U.S. Geological Survey. The next page provides more visuals on the hydrologic cycle and links to other videos to watch for reference. There are also other articles to read if they'd like, and the option to provide a journal entry on what they learned about the chosen article that they read. And there's a quick link for the next page as well here. And that concludes my AT lesson plan on the hydrologic cycle. Thank you for watching.